I clicked it. I did it. It's there.
Okay.
And I
But are we live?
think we are. Yeah, looks like we are.
I don't see it.
You know, you would think we would know by now. You'd think we would be well versed in this new highfalutin YouTube and stuff.
I don't see it on mine.
Well, it's got a couple of seconds delay. Hello, everyone. We are here. We're live in the fish room again. And okay, so I'm going to explain what I did last week. I ran the wire from our modem, from the second output down, all the way here, plugged it into the computer, and the internet didn't work. Today, plugged the internet in the second output on our router, ran the wire all the way here, plugged it in, and it worked. I did nothing different, and here we are. Sounds good and looks good. Thank you, Mindy. There may have been... Oh, Leslie came in before you and said that. Thank you to everyone who has said that it's... yeah, we're back here. We're where we're supposed to be. And I have Jake and RB and Penny and Wise and Gizmo and everybody behind me. Very excited to finally be able to show that. What?
I can finally see we're live now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
So it's official.
Finally be able to show the tank and the fish. Now the fish are going to look pretty small compared to what you see behind Lisa. Very small. But the tank's also farther away, and, you know, it may not look like it on TV, but did I just say TV? It might not look like it on video, but it's a lot farther away.
Hey, somebody, Edge of Society said, Lisa, good job on John's makeup. He looks good. You know what? I did moisturize his head, so must be that Aveeno.
Last weekend, we were finally able to do some yard work, and it's yard work that has been needing to be done basically since we moved in. Spent the whole weekend in the sun, and the top of my head got some sunburn on it.
Yep.
And you can see it in this Sunday's video, by the way.
So
the flakiness on my head. I went up to make sure the beard was straight, and she said, "Oh, you can't be on a live stream with your head looking like that." So put some fancy stuff on my head.
Just moisturizer.
It's something I wouldn't typically do. But that's all the makeup I have on for today, other than the glorious, luxurious bastard, sorry for cursing, beard products, which Joe Provenzano emailed me the other day and sent me a picture of his order from the luxurious bastard, and he said, it's amazing. So
That's awesome.
I should have an affiliate deal with those people over there at Luxurious Bastard. That's not a movie that's not a word that offends anybody anymore, is it? I mean, we heard that word 76,000 times on Game of Thrones. There's movies with that word in it. I don't think it's a foul word anymore, but
Yeah.
you know, I wish their name was different, but
It's not.
it's a great name. So, and it's a play on the Quentin Tarantino movie, which is one of my favorites. I love it. So,
Well, I think that it's very important to be able to talk about things that you like and talk about a business that you like without having an affiliate link to them. I think that shows that it's a good product, it's a good business. So,
well, and you forgot that I'm a good person.
well, yeah, I know. Well, I'm just saying, you don't have to have an affiliate link to shout somebody out and say what a wonderful product they are, you know, and they have.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been somebody that, I mean, if I believe in a product, I'm going to talk about it. I don't need to be paid to talk about it. I don't need to have it be something that I sell myself and I'm going to benefit financially from. If I like a product, I'm going to talk about it. And that's just how it is. There were actually people in the chat, in the replay chat of last week's live stream saying, I don't see an affiliate link for the beard stuff. I'm like, that's
And
not part
they
of
have
it.
a YouTube channel too, so you can go to the YouTube channel and check them out yourself.
You absolutely can. But that's all the makeup that I have on today is beard butter, bilberry,
It smells
beard butter.
so good.
Every single one of them that I got from there smells super good.
I know.
So listen, we got to talk about something really, really serious before we get into anything else.
What's that?
We did not plan on talking about this, but
Do I know about it?
oh yeah, you definitely do.
Oh.
It's something that has hit our community within the last week.
Really?
Kind of our community. If you're interested in the reptile community at all, I do not own any reptiles. I love reptiles. I think they're so cool. I follow 4 reptile channels, or I'm subscribed to 4 reptile channels. Tanner, you can consider Tanner to be one. He's a fish reptile.
Yeah. Will.
Will Nace.
Oh, nice.
Clint's Reptiles, I believe, is the name of the channel, and Brian Barczyk.
Yeah.
Brian Barczyk and Will and Tanner have all become friends of mine. I love these guys. I'd do anything for them. We found out this week. I'm not breaking any news that's not supposed to be public. He talked about it on his channel. Brian Barczyk was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer recently. I don't know when it was, but I know the videos came out within the last week where he talked about it.
Yeah.
And that
That's
was
terrible.
like I got punched in the gut when I heard that, because I think he's a couple years older than me, but not much. I don't know. I'm not going to say his age because I don't know if that's a public thing. He has told me his age. He's a couple of years older than me, and that's, we just had the thing with Jake, and now the outcome is going to be very different with Brian, though. That guy
He's got a good positive attitude,
he is 100 miles an hour, full of energy.
Yeah.
The guy you see in his videos is the guy you see in real life. I mean, I've hung out with the guy. He is very, not obnoxiously high energy, but he is a high energy guy. He is a fighter. He's going to fight this thing. I texted him a couple days ago and told him I was thinking about him, and he said, "Hey, I got this. I'm gonna fight it. I'm not gonna let it hold me down," and all of that stuff. And
it's a good attitude to have.
it is the attitude you have to have if you have that kind of thing. So if you're a fan of Brian Barczyk, reach out to him, let him know. Maybe comment on one of his videos that you're thinking about him. If you are a person of religion, send your thoughts and your prayers to him. I'm sure he would appreciate that very much. So now, to go on a completely different vibe, there's some congratulations in order to you, my lady.
Me?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to the beautiful woman who's acting like she's confused, but she knows exactly what I'm about to talk about. The woman that is sitting across from me is now the primary character.
Oh, you're so silly.
In the most watched video
Stop.
on the Fritz Aquatics channel.
Oh, quit it.
If you followed along with this saga,
Told you
did
they
they
know
break
how to
out?
open that door.
The cats opened the door behind me, so they'll be saying hi here soon. Carl wasn't able to squeeze through; he's too fat. If you're not aware, this absolutely stunning tank that you see behind me was a project that we did with Fritz Aquatics, Planet Aquariums, CJ, Carib Sea. The list is very long. Kessel. That's why that tank looks so gorgeous. Look how blue it is, and everything. Those are Kessel lights on there.
Super pretty.
They came here for 4 days, and we did this tank. And Sean, out of nowhere, was like, "Hey, I want to do a tour of the beta room." And so Lisa took him on a tour of that. Jimmy filmed it. They put that video up on Saturday. And it's now the most watched video on their channel. I'm just saying.
It's because it's betas. That's all. And Jimmy did a great job.
Jimmy did a great job. Now, I'm not into congratulating myself, but the video of me putting this tank up is the second most watched video on that channel. But,
you're so funny. And Jimmy did a wonderful job with that. That is a great video.
They both are. I mean, Jimmy has a way of telling a story through editing that no one else in our community has the ability to do. It is not next level. It's 5 levels up. I have no reason whatsoever to dote on this guy other than to tell you what I truly believe.
Because it's the truth.
He's absolutely incredible at what he does. And he put together 2 videos that are, they're just both amazing. And both happen to be the most watched videos on his channel. So that's cool too. The first 2 videos that Jimmy did for Fritz Aquatics are the 2 most watched videos on his channel. How about that?
That's awesome.
So
I'm happy for him.
Yeah. Don't really have, well, I guess we do have an update on the business. We got some new plants yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
If you are someone who has signed up for our email list on the website, you're going to get an email tomorrow that's going to say, hey, look, take a look at this. We got 4 new plants in there. I'm very excited about it. They are available on the website right now as we speak if you want to go and check those out.
I can't believe that you didn't put the Ludwigia up.
It wasn't the Ludwigia. It was it was one of the, which one was it? One of the Helanthriums?
I don't know, but the one that I like so much that's in my discus tank.
It's Siamese 53B I feel like an idiot for that. When I was adding the 4 new plants yesterday, I realized I had put that one up on the website. I was wondering why it wasn't selling, and it was because I had not made it public. It was basically hidden from the viewers of the channel. And that made me feel real stupid when I saw that.
I thought you just weren't selling it, and I was going to take it all.
I
was so excited. I was like, yes.
We've had them for like 2.5, maybe 3 weeks, and we hadn't sold any of them. And I'm like, man.
I just love how it fills out. It's beautiful.
Yep. So, yeah, check the website out, keepfishkeeping.com. There's already been a couple of our wonderful mods. Zen put the link up there. Check that out. If you want to order up some plants. If you order plants, we're not going to mail them out. We're not going to ship them out to you until Monday because we're not going to have them sitting in the post office over the weekend.
Right.
So just know that going in. If you order now or over the weekend, we'll ship them out on Monday. And I guess I need to we kind of started a trend last week. I'll have to keep my email open. And when we get orders during the website, when we get orders during the stream tonight, I'll have to make sure I shout out those people.
Yeah, but that's a little confusing if you do that.
Why?
Because you might be in the middle of something and then you're like, then have to say. But if you want to, you do what you want. It's confusing for me because I'm on my phone, and to go back and forth would be, yeah. I'd lose Wi-Fi. Well, I don't even have Wi-Fi. I have to use regular internet.
I have my phone.
But you know what I mean, phone service.
I have my phone, my laptop, and my tablet all here with different windows open.
Oh, there's oh, there he is.
What?
Your guy.
Oh, Joe?
No.
Hi.
Oh, Joe, yeah.
What
I
guy?
thought it was, he changed his name, didn't he?
Yeah, you said there's my guy. What guy?
Okay, yeah, it is Joe.
Oh. Yeah, let me do this here real quick. Let me welcome Art. Became a new member. Or no, re-upped membership tonight. Melissa Jeswald, eyes popped when I saw the beautiful blue angelfish you have in that salt sea tank. Yes. I wish you could see that fish right now. I really believe, and you know, I could be wrong here. I believe he's starting to change even now.
I saw the top of him changing colors a little bit.
If you don't know this, Emperor angels, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not 100% sure if all angels are this way, but I know emperors are, and an emperor is what I have. If you see the blue and white fish that will swim by in here, he's always in and out of the rocks, blue with white rings. One of the most gorgeous fish you're ever going to see. Changes dramatic. See, this is why I lock those jerks up. Baby Kitty just walked up and just batted Lisa's drink right off
But
of the desk.
that's why there's lids.
You can't even see her on camera. But the Emperor Angel changes as it matures. Kind of like peacock cichlids are gray when they're born, and then the males turn bright colors. Well, the angels are always bright colors, but their bright colors change to different bright colors when they mature, and still an absolutely striking fish. But when they're blue and they're small, oh wow! And there he is right there. I think I just saw him behind me. That's the trigger there, and I feel like I saw the Emperor over here. But anyway, that's a very, very cool thing, and as gorgeous as they are when they mature, I wish they stayed blue because they're really cool when they're blue with the white rings. But anyway.
I saw a funny...
and his name's Pal, by the way.
I found a funny chat. QC Aquaholic said, there's a couple that works out at my gym in Charlotte that look just like John and Lisa. That's super funny because I can promise you it's not us because we don't work out.
It ain't us. But that's funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
We get that a lot. I guess I have one of those faces.
That's funny.
I mean,
it's the beard.
It's the beard. It's the bald. I mean, I'm compared to every bald white guy there is out there. Some of them I don't have a problem being compared to, but others, maybe not.
There's that one song at the end of it. It goes, I like your beard. I don't know why that's so random, but
I have not heard that song.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't listen to the music that you youngsters listen to anymore. Trisha Cotton, hey guys, added 2 new betas to the family. Hope you guys are doing great, and the plants we got from you are absolutely amazing. Awesome. Well, that is good to hear, and it's never a bad time to add a couple of betas, new betas to the colony. As long as they're separated, unless they're females, then yeah, that's very, very cool. Super happy for you. Thank you for hanging out with us. And then Finn Sanity, still struggling to say that properly, because I know him as Joe Provenzano. Hi, John and Lisa and fam. Can't stay, gotta fly, working out. Or no, working OT.
Oh,
he ain't working out. And hashtag luxurious bastard. He is the one that bought some of their products on my recommendation, and I hope the owner knows that. The Musical Aquarist. Hi guys, super excited for the new plants. My last 2 shipments are doing great. Well, that's what we love to hear.
Yeah.
I said something to you yesterday. This is an advertisement, okay? It just is. I said something to you yesterday when you came into the plant room. And the plant room, folks, is my domain. I rarely let her in there. I'm like, no women allowed.
Whatever. I go in there anyway.
She does. I showed her
Steal
the
all
tank of crypts that we have. And I said, what crypt melt? Like every single one of them is absolutely perfect. I don't know what I did wrong. Like 2 months ago, I ordered a bunch of the crypt Wenditi. That's what I call them. Some people call them Wenditi. Wendy TI. It's 2 I's at the end. So that usually means EI.
Yeah.
I don't know. I ordered a bunch of those. And then on the next order, ordered a bunch more, not realizing. And I've ended up with like 40 of them. And so I have one tank that's full of nothing but those crypts. And they're all absolutely glorious. And y'all need to buy them because we're overrun with them right now because of this dummy ordering too many of them. But there was no crypt melt in that tank. I don't know. Odin Aquatics. Yes, it's me, Ligate 12, and my glorious beard. Any tips or tricks to treat Epistolis? All right, now listen here, Ligate.
See that?
You come to me with some of the weirdest ailments in your fish. I don't remember what it was at Aquashella, but he came up to me and he had his children with him, and it was cool. And I did recognize him because of the glorious beard. And he was like, I don't remember what exactly it was because this was 6-7 months ago, but he explained this like total oddball ailment that his fish had. And I was like, oh, Lord, I have no idea what you're talking about. But you know who might? This guy next to me, the PhD in microbiology, Jason Adams would know. And even Jason Adams was like, huh? Like, it was one of the most obscure things we've ever heard. And then he comes to me with Epistolis. Have you ever heard of this? I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lisa knows.
I mean, I don't know a lot about it. I just know that it's a parasite. So I mean, it I don't know. I would say with it being a parasite, I would start with I don't know. I don't know if you should treat it like ick, or if you should. See, that's tough, because we've never had it, on our fish. So it's not something that we've treated. But you know what? Let me look it up for you real quick and see what I can find, because I would like to know, and I'd like to help you with that.
I see in the chat someone said, are all the plants beta friendly? I don't know that there's such of a thing of a plant that is not beta friendly. All of ours certainly are. Everything that we carry is in the Tropica Easy category. So it makes it absolutely foolproof for just about anybody that puts them in their aquariums. And there are none that we would not put in tanks with betas. In fact, I believe we have every single plant that we sell in tanks, and I believe they're all with betas. So I don't think you're going to run into any problems there. There was another thing that I wanted to talk about, and I just don't recall what it was.
That is this is a very strange one, considering we've never had to treat it. But I'm actually really, I like this. I like learning new things and kind of going along on the journey with people with how to treat it, because it's definitely I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it's definitely something that can be confused with ick. And it's nasty.
Oh no.
I mean, especially if it's something that gets out of control. But aquarium salt is definitely something to start off with if it's not that bad. But I would definitely use a parasite, something like Paracleanse, or what's the other one that we carry now? Paracleanse and
PosiCleanse?
that one. There's also I'm trying to think. I'm not sure about Copper Safe, but
that's more of a Nick thing.
Yeah.
Daggone it. I was going to talk about something else. Something else popped into my head, and I do not recall what it was. Somebody was asking about the Aquatic Expo in Charlotte. I think we have decided we will be there.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, be looking for that. They said something about wanting me to do a talk there, and I haven't responded to the guy's email, and I feel absolutely horrible about it.
Oh, you haven't?
I haven't. It's been one of those things that's been on my list of things to do.
See, I was going to talk to him when I went to the Fish Club meeting, but I ended up not going to the Fish Club meeting, so I wasn't able to talk to him about it.
And the problem is he'll probably have the slate full of speakers by the time you see him at the next meeting. So
right.
I'll email him back. I feel bad about that, but yeah, we do plan on being there. It's driving distance for us, so that makes it John and Lisa friendly. Not that we don't fly. We do fly. If I can not fly, I'd rather not fly. It's one of those things. And then there were also a couple of people, and listen, folks, I'm not trying to be a jerk here, okay? I promise I'm not. But every time the internet buffers, there's literally nothing I can do about that. I wish there was, but
Excuse me, baby kitty.
It's not something that putting it in the chat is going to resolve. You understand what I'm saying? You can put it in there. I'm just trying to save you some time with the fingers, or however it is that you're doing it. You don't need to use that energy, because it's not like I'm going to go, oh, it's buffering, let me do this. It doesn't work that way. She's going to drive me crazy by the time this is over. UPS are living the dream. Good evening to my favorite YouTube couple who are always right. Well, she said it. That means it's true.
Not always. Not always right.
Yeah. If you think I'm always right, you don't know me very well. Because, yeah, I'm wrong a lot. And I don't like being wrong. But, sometimes it happens. Holy cow. William Knight, Zachary Taylor, Kevin, you said in the email that I'm saying your name right, but I don't remember how I pronounced your last name. So I'm just going to say Eulery. Jay Fuller and Catherine Parks have all placed orders from the time we started streaming here tonight. Y'all are too much. Thank you for that. Now, I don't have anything else on my little checklist of things to do. So, you got to get into your topic.
My topic. Well, I can't with her, so let me go ahead and put her away because she's going to drive me crazy and I won't be able to talk.
We're not going to start any drama here, folks. With the title of the video of the stream tonight, it'd be very easy to look at that and say, oh boy, John and Lisa are going to start drama. No, it's nothing like that. Neither one of us are fans of drama, but we want to have a nice little talk with you.
I got cat hair in my mouth. So, all right. I actually am the one that chose the topic because it's one of those things that I think it's important for new fish keepers to know the difference. And that's whether, all right. I've seen a lot lately where people are saying, don't do water changes. Don't do water changes. And I think that is something that should be kind of geared towards more advanced fish keepers, not somebody new, just learning how to keep fish. Because there are different reasons to not change your water or do water changes. You've got people that are more advanced in the hobby that know exactly what they're doing and what they're talking about. You've got LRB, you've got Alex, and you've got Father Fish, and they're all, they're about Planet Aquariums and not doing like the water change thing or as much. And they know what they're talking about. They absolutely do. They have wonderful tanks, great aquariums, and they know how to take care of fish. But I think that if you're new and you're just getting into the hobby, that's not good advice to take. Now, if you've been in it for a while, then yeah, it is. You know how the nitrogen cycle works. You know how to take care of fish. You know what fish to put with other fish, tank mates, what size fish to go in an aquarium, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff, which is super important. You need to learn these things before you end up not doing water changes. I've been in the hobby for 14 years now, and I've just started 2 years ago doing the non-water change tanks, topping off certain tanks that are, super planted, that are just, they have an ecosystem that's just taking care of itself. And, I have fish tanks now. I have 3 fish tanks that don't have any fish in it. It's just, I call them my water gardens. And they've been up for like 3 or 4 months now. And the only thing I'm doing to it is adding beta poop and fertilizing it that way. And I've added a couple snails and some shrimp to one of them, and it's doing great, and the snails are taking off, and I don't even feed that tank. It's taking care of itself. But that's not something that I want to talk to new fish keepers about, because what if they're new and they're like, oh, I just set up a 75-gallon tank and I have an Oscar in it. Oh, well, this guy says I don't have to do water changes. That's probably not a great idea considering you have an Oscar tank that you can't keep plants in. So you need to do water changes. You've got somebody that just set up a 10-gallon for their little girl and they have, or little boy, whatever, and they have this SpongeBob fake things in there, nothing real, fake plants and little, Mr. Crab and all that stuff, the pineapple. Well, they need to do water changes because they don't have the live plants in there. And, people with goldfish that don't have plants, African cichlids. I do know that there are some tanks with African cichlids that, you might be able to have Vallisneria in it or Anubias, but that's not everybody's tank. Most just have rocks and a bunch of African cichlids. Well, you have to do water changes. So I just felt like it was an important topic that, if you're new to fish keeping, I'm not saying don't watch those channels because they're great channels. They know what they're talking about, but just, maybe watch them after you learn how to take care of fish first.
Yeah, and I don't think I would say this about LRB or Alex.
And I'm not even pointing. I'm not even trying to say anything.
I'm not saying what you think I'm saying. Give me a second here, because it's not like you were talking bad about those two guys.
No, they're great.
I mean, Lucas is a friend. Alex, I consider Alex a friend, even though we've never met in person. We have met Father Fish in person.
Mm-hmm.
He's a grumpy old dude, but he was awesome.
Yeah.
And then Lucas, we've hung out with 50 times.
Awesome. And his wife too.
The stuff that they talk about and that they do in their tanks is obviously it works. And they're obviously knowledgeable in what they do. And those are all very smart guys. And I would take any piece of advice that they had to give. I would put all three of those guys at a higher level than me when it comes to smarts about fish keeping. The issue that I have is Carl is wailing over there. Is the beginner, like you were talking about, the person that goes and gets the 10-gallon, fills it full of blue gravel, puts the SpongeBob pineapple in it with 3 Rasboras and a Cardinal Tetra, and they watch one of those videos, and some of them are a little bit more blunt than others, where it's like, when should you do water changes? Never. It's like, really? If that's all you hear? Because listen, people are looking for reasons to be lazy. They are. I mean, they're looking for the easy way out on everything that they do. And so when they watch the first 5 seconds of a video and the intro is, when should you do water changes? Ha, 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 never. That person who has no live plants, has no experience in doing this at all, they're going to take that as gospel and they're going to kill a whole bunch of fish. So titling this Who's Right and Who's Wrong, I don't think anybody's right and anybody's wrong. I think that we all preach the same things, we just do it in a different way. And I think that those three guys in particular are highly advanced.
And those are just examples. There's a lot of other people,
But those three that we've talked about, I mean, I have nothing but respect for those three guys. I called Father Fish a grumpy old guy, but he would tell you the exact same thing. I wasn't making fun of the guy. He was a hoot to hang around with in Orlando 2 years ago. Haven't seen him since, but I got nothing but respect for those guys and appreciate what it is that they do. But they are talking to a different audience than the beginner that just set up that SpongeBob tank.
Yeah, there are people that I would listen to and feel like, I just learned something new.
Right.
Yeah.
And I do have to specify, when we're talking about this topic, those guys are addressing more of the advanced stuff. Lucas does a lot of stuff that is very, very beginner friendly, and so does Alex. Father Fish will tell you how to set a tank up from start to finish. I mean, but this particular topic is something that I kind of wish was framed more like, hey, this is for the advanced. This is for the person who understands the way the science works in an aquarium. You know, if you have a lot of live plants and you have the right substrate, you're not going to have to do as many water changes, or if ever, as somebody would that has the 10-gallon with the blue gravel and the pineapple in it, and they're setting up their first tank. So
my little tanks on my little corner, my little plant corner, with all my little nano tanks on it, with my plants over top of it. Those little nano tanks are so just, they take care of themselves, basically.
They are a perfect example of what we're talking about here.
Exactly. And like, one of them has Java fern, but then it has, I want to make sure I'm saying it right, Salvini. I never say it right.
Look at Draco making an appearance behind your head. Sorry.
The floating plant. But anyways, that just takes off, and it's like it's absorbing everything it needs to absorb in the water, and then the Java fern's doing its thing, and the moss is just growing. And it's like everything that I have in my little nano tanks is just, everything's taking care of itself. The one tank, the first one that I escaped with the Tropica plants, that is just, it's a 5-gallon. It has probably, might even get some crap for this, probably 30 red shrimp in it, cherry red shrimp.
Why would you get crap for that?
20 probably ram's horn snails or more, but they do also help feed Pete, and Pete. And then I have 6 CPDs and yeah. I have a lot going on in there, but it's just everybody's taking care of each other, and the plants are taking care of the fish, and it's just a happy tank, and I can sit there and just watch it. And then I have another one right next to it that has my little pumpkin shrimp in it, and they're doing amazing. And I have my naked rasboras in it, and they're doing amazing. And I found...
We can't show them on YouTube, though, because they're naked. Sorry. Family friendly.
But they're adorable. And then I found little Corydora babies in there. I had gotten eggs at the fish club. My friend Shelly said, I'm going to bring you some Cory eggs. And I said, okay, I've never done that before. Like, I've never bred Corys, but then I've never just got eggs to bring home and stick in an aquarium. And I did, and I was successful. And I sent John a little video yesterday or the day before, and I had a little baby Corys starting to come out. And I'm like, I did it and didn't even realize I did it. So everybody's taking care of themselves. Everybody's happy. In those tanks, I top off probably every other week. And I do very, very minimal water changes in them, like every other month of like maybe 10%. And I never vacuum the substrate in any of those little aquariums. So,
you know what? Maybe the answer to all of this, and it's not... again, this is not a dig at any other YouTubers, but maybe there's a beginner-friendly video explaining all of this on our channel that could be created. Perhaps. Maybe. We'll have to see. But it is absolutely true that you can build an aquarium system that requires little to no maintenance at all.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, she's a perfect example of that. None of my tanks are that way. I'm not blessed with that because none of my tanks have plants. They have big bruisers in them, and a lot of big bruisers in them that create a ton of waste. You can see it flying around Lisa's head in that tank. It's something I struggle with every single day. The big turds from those monsters that are in there.
It's wonderful fertilizer.
True. I don't have the luxury of having my personal tanks be that way, but we have a lot of tanks in this fish room that are that way. But if we were going to be explaining that in a video, we would be very, very clear. Hey, listen, this is, you don't have to have a degree in biology to do this, but this is not something that you're probably going to do with your very first tank. You could, and there's nothing that's going to stop you from doing that, because it's not like we're doing anything that requires 20 years of experience. I mean, you have an aquarium, you put a bunch of plants in there, you have the right amount of fish in there, you have the right substrate in there, you feed the right amounts. There it is. That's all you need to do.
Well, that's like my discus tank when it was just discus and I didn't have plants in it. I did more water changes. But now that I have plants in there, I do less, but I still do them more often than I would like my nano tanks, because these are my discus. So, and it's not heavily planted. It's just a little planted, like maybe a fourth. So I still treat it as if it's not in a lot of ways, just because they're my discus. So
Jimmy P's brings up a good point, and this is one of my least favorite things in the world, Jimmy P. Beginners are treated like trash in typical Facebook groups. It's disgusting. Yeah, that's why I'm not on Facebook. I mean, we have 2 pages on Facebook. We do some advertising on Facebook. We have a Facebook group. But when it comes to socializing on Facebook, I can't do it because of exactly what Jimmy P's talking about.
I'm on there sometimes in Tank Talk, but it's just, I don't have time to be on social media all the time. That's the problem. Like, if I could be in there and chat with people more, I would, but that takes me away from taking care of fish and the business and doing the things we need to do. So,
and building that new garden you want to build out in the front.
Very true.
We have this little, it's called a kerosene house on the county map. It's called a kerosene house. Everybody that comes to our house says, is that the original outhouse? No. We don't know what it was originally built for. And she wants to turn it into a little
garden shed.
Little garden shed. It's adorable.
And plant a garden around it. I already have it picked out.
Yep.
My layout, I mean.
So yeah, that's really all that there was to talk about that. Again, not throwing shade at any of those guys. I adore all 3 of those guys. Yes. Like I said, those guys are way smarter than me. And in our discussion of this topic is not to say those guys are wrong, because they're absolutely not. But they are wrong for some people. And that's kind of what we wanted to stress, was that, we're a broken record at this point, but that lady that sets up a little 5-gallon for her daughter that, puts some rainbow gravel in there and a couple of little somethings in there, those rules aren't really going to apply to her tank. And if she watches a video that the very first thing in the intro is, how often do you do water changes? Never. You know how people's attention span is. They scroll to the next one. As soon as they get what they want, they scroll to the next one. So, I don't ever have to do water changes? Okay, I'm going to go back to watching some family vlogger or something. I learned all I need to learn today, and that could be a critical error. And a lot of fish are going to die if people take that advice. But it's very, very good advice for the right fish keepers. There you go.
Yeah.
Trisha Cotton. Trisha, I'm sorry, but I got a bright light shining in my face. My eyes are already bad as it is, and I couldn't get the eyes to focus on your name. Sorry about that. I'm saving to get one of Lisa's. They are, and then there's a bunch of emojis. So I think that means they're really cool. They're really great.
Oh,
I think that's what the young people mean with all these smiley faces.
Oh, Whip's World said, is that the one the outside cats sleep in? Yes, Whip. That's that one. That's the one.
Well, they don't sleep in there anymore. They're in the barn now.
They've upgraded. They have the bathroom in the barn. With their own little heating beds and their own little everything.
Yeah, they own half this property. Raul, I'm going to say that I think your name is Raul, was the one that asked the question about the beta-friendly plants. And then he said, thank you. You're very welcome, my friend. Death by fish tanks. Sometimes I feel like that should be my name. Fun fact, a wild beta, I say beta, so you just deal with it.
That's Avery Stevens. Death by fish tanks.
Okay.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. He might not want people to know that. Sorry.
Yeah, good job. Did you want to say his address too?
Sorry.
A wild beta territory is about a square meter, which is a few inches shy of 50. Wait a minute. The comments cut off here. 50-gallon lowboy. Platies are awesome.
See?
Always has to have the platies are awesome at the end. Okay. That's cool. Was that in response to something we said? Or I don't know. I mean, probably you commenting on how people react whenever we put up a beta video that shows.
No, I didn't say that, but I didn't speak about that.
I thought you did.
I didn't talk about that.
Were we talking about that
a long time ago?
Anyway.
We were talking about that before we started the stream.
Oh, well, guess what? Now it's public. There was a lot of people, and we have to say this all the time. There were people that commented on Fritz's video, and every video we've ever done that shows our beta room. I keep pointing over there because the door is right on the side of that tank that goes to the beta room. People talk about how cruel it is that we keep our betas in those tanks that we have. And I think I'm going to take personal insult to that from now on, because that means that you are crazy enough to have 300 betas as pets, and I'm crazy enough to be married to a woman who has 300 betas as pets.
Yeah. I mean, the funny part is the person said, yeah, I realize, or somebody commented and said, that's fish abuse or something. And then the other person commented and said, yeah, I realized 15 seconds in. And I'm like, okay, well, get to like minute 3, duh. That's when I said it's a temporary home while they're up on the website for sale, and that they're not in there very long, and that if I have them for more than 2 months, they become rescues, because I don't want them to be living in the cubes permanently. People, I think, watch videos with the volume down.
You can watch Jimmy's
I think it's
videos
funny.
with the volume down.
It is hysterical to me now, those kind of comments, because I'm just like, because when they don't really watch it and they just comment, or they just don't listen.
They're looking to be a hero. And the thing is,
whatever.
Show me somebody that's selling betas that has them in a better system than ours.
There are
Show me
people
somebody.
that
Good luck.
sometimes will have them in aquariums at their store, and that's great. I'm really happy when I see that kind of thing, but it's rare. You're not going to go to Petco or PetSmart. I mean, I've been to Petco. I'm not going to say a particular one, but I have been to Petco's where they'll have, actually, to a fish store too, and they'll have 7 or 8 females in a tank, no plants, no other fish, just them, and they're all beat up, and they want to sell them for so much. And it's like, that is not a proper way to show someone how to do a sorority, for one, and then you're gonna let them beat each other up like that. So I mean, whatever.
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. There's no way to win. There's always going to be somebody that sees it and just automatically thinks that we are, first of all, crazy that we would have 300 betas as pets. I mean, we probably have, how many do we have as pets? Probably 20
betas.
Yeah.
All my sororities, so
25.
Yeah, and then I have my babies, because I've some that I've bred myself. And
yeah, so we're a little crazy, but we're not that crazy.
Yeah.
And then Odin Aquatics, again, Also, how am I supposed to confuse you anymore if there isn't going to be a Chicago Aquashella? I'm just going to say this about Chicago Aquashella. I understand that there's a lot of people that are going to be upset that they're not coming back to Chicago. And you know, I've been to Chicago 5 times, and I like Chicago. My daughter's calling me in the middle of a stream here. Oh, I think I answered it. I'm in the middle of a stream. Okay, bye. I mean, you have to pick up because you don't know if it's like, I just got into a car accident.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't mean to pick it up, though. I was going to text her and say, hey, I'm on the stream.
Speaking of which, I want to make sure Kinsey got to Raleigh.
What was I saying? What was I talking about? Oh, Chicago Aquashella. It is a bummer that they're not going to be there anymore. I like going to Chicago. I like seeing Whip's World. I love eating the pizza, and I love doing all of that. I love, you know, almost getting killed riding down the road with Tanner.
Tanner? Oh, and Lefty, I did.
Yeah, we've almost died multiple times in Chicago.
Yeah.
There is nobody, if you heard the reason why they're not going back to Chicago, there is no one that would be like, oh, that's nothing. Everybody would be like, okay, yeah, I wouldn't go back either. So, you know, it's a bummer. But, hey, we get Daytona. We're going to Daytona this year. Forget about it. I mean, that's awesome. So
It should be fun.
Daytona will be cool. Dallas is always great. There's always so many people there. And hopefully Sean takes us out to, well, what am I saying? We've been to Dallas barbecue a couple of times. We've been down there, and it's been amazing.
Oh, that macaroni and cheese, though. Oh.
2 years in a row we went to that place.
I didn't go because
the first time you went, the second time
I stayed to take care of everything.
When I conquered, let's see, Corey, Bob, some other guy that thought he was good. I conquered everybody at the ping pong table. Nobody stood a chance that night. And the barbecue was delicious. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that they're not going to be.
I almost beat you, though, that one time that I went.
Yeah.
You know I did.
Mm-hmm. You beat me at air hockey, and you think you can beat me at anything. It's weird how that works.
I am the best at air hockey. I'm all over. I played that game so much when I was a kid on the boardwalk at the beach when my mom worked at the pizza place, and I would go to the arcade, and that's what I did all day long, playing air hockey. It was so much fun.
Well, you didn't tell me that before we played. I didn't realize you were a lifelong professional at the sport.
Yeah. I mean, it had only been like 15 years since I played it, but yeah.
Yeah, I play all the time and was surprised that you beat me. Mike Casey became a member. Welcome to the team, Mike. Glad to have you. Hip Hop Hillbilly. Heavily planted 40-gallon, 30-ish neon size fish. 2 dwarf gouramis, 2 ADF. What's ADF?
What?
I mean, there's
African dwarf frog.
I bet you that's what it is. 1 yellow-tail eel. Would 3 dwarf chain loaches be too much? Sponge and a Title 35. Brother, it sounds like your tank is full to me.
Oh.
I mean, you know, neon size fish. Yeah, those are small, but you got 30 of them. I'm fighting off a sneeze here.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I don't know that I would add any more. We get this all the time. It's like, I have 76 fish in my tank. How many more can I put in? And it's like, oh my goodness. When are you going to stop? Listen, Hip Hop Hillbilly, here's what you do. You just go get another tank.
Yeah, that's perfect.
How about that?
Yeah.
You go and get another tank, and then you can start all over again, and you can get as many dwarf chain loaches as you want. Well, you know, as many that'll fit into that tank. Jamie McDonald, I would do daily water changes if I had the time. You know what, Jamie? Some circumstances maybe not require that, but some circumstances call for that.
Like, I mean, think about it. If you're breeding fish, like when we had the African cichlids, we were breeding all of those. We had so many, and we kept up with constantly doing water changes so they would grow.
Yeah. Draco keeps making appearances behind your head, and it's so much fun because he rarely comes out, and he's come out and gotten a couple of gulps of air while you've been in here. So that's cool. I love to see Draco. Draco is my ornate biker that was a gift from Furloughs Aquatics, who I saw in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but
Oh yeah.
now if you move your head to your right,
This
or
way.
no, now left, keep going. You can't go far enough. Well, you see the Lepradi there, and there he is, right behind Lisa's. Well, now she's covering him with her nose.
Oh, right there.
Yep, there's all three of them right there. Look at them. Check them out. 3 Oscars, 3 bikers. Boom, 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 boom. And they're not all named Pete like Lisa's fish are.
Yeah, I have 5 pea puffers, and I had one, and I named him Pete. And then I was like, well, I only got one because I had so many little ram's horn snails that were starting to nibble at the plants, and I was like, I don't really care if I put fish in there. Sorry, I had to tickle.
Good Lord.
I don't really care if I have a lot of fish in there, but I didn't want the snails to eat all of my plants. Sorry, I have a really bad tickle.
Makes me want to take a drink. The coolest thing,
Jeez.
while you get yourself together, the coolest thing about the video, there's the Emperor. Check him out. That's Pal. Jimmy in that video did Pete, 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 Pete,
Oh,
Pete.
yeah,
It was
that
so
was
cool.
So funny. But yeah, I didn't want Pete to be alone, so I went back and I got 4 more pea puffers. And since they all looked alike, I just named them all Pete. So
they're Pete, 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 and Pete.
Jeez,
Love it.
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to cough at everybody. It's like something dust in here or something.
I'll have to call the cleaning lady. Leslie Perry, please explain how to use catappa leaves. Do I let it totally dissolve? If not, when do I remove it, and what are the advantages? Go.
Ooh, okay. So the catappa leaves, I just I rinse them off. I will just like rinse them off under the water, in the sink. And then I put them in the tank, and they will, after usually a day, maybe 2 days, they'll sink to the bottom. But and when I remove them, I do that when they start to like break apart and everything, but I don't even really remember what's the question, like what tank is it in and everything.
She said, do I let it totally dissolve?
Yeah.
If not, when do I remove it, and what are the advantages?
Oh, and you know what? If you have shrimp, they love to eat it, so you can just leave them in there until it sticks, like little sticks. So I'm not sure what kind of fish you have, but once it starts to dissolve, go ahead and take it out and put another one in there. That's what I do. Or you can get the catappa tea bags and stick it in like your, stick it in your
Filter.
Yeah, in your filter. That's what I'm trying to say. Because then it's less messier, but it has the same advantages. Because it's really good for, helping. It's not a medicine, but it does help with preventing, like fin rot, and it helps to kind of lower pH a little bit without going too crazy. But it does help. It has a lot of beneficial things that help your fish. That's what I'm trying to say.
Said it so eloquently too.
Well, but what I'm trying to say is it's not a medicine though. It's good at preventing things, fin rot and stuff like that, but it's not gonna cure it if you already have it. So
got to shout out Janet LaStella, put in an order at 8:43, and it took me 16 minutes to see that. My phone doesn't automatically bring in emails. I have to refresh it, and it makes me mad. Tim Cook.
Oh.
Why does my phone do this? Melvin Scott Bro. You know what? I think I said your name properly. I hope I did. Hey guys, order came in great. Thanks again. I added 2 electric blue Acara, so now I need another sponge filter. New order coming soon. Awesome. We've got plenty of options when it comes to sponge filters. The ones that stick to the back of the tank, the ones that sit in the middle of the tank, all different kinds. So we are ready for you. Thank you so much, Melvin. Juan, thanks for all these people commenting that have ordered from us. This is a beautiful thing. Thanks for the driftwood, guys, and the bonus one. It looks amazing in the 125. If you guys want, I can email you a pic.
Oh, cool.
To you. I still can't get the whole thing in here. To you guys.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I've seen this a couple times, so I thought I'd go ahead and...
Oh, well, you're not going to let me respond to this?
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
And keep that in? Just let me... you can certainly email it to us if you'd like. And as far as the bonus one goes, we always send the best piece of driftwood that we have. And if it's not mind-blowing, sometimes we'll throw some extra in there so that you can make it mind-blowing. So that's why that happens.
Yeah.
Because, it's a natural product. Sometimes they're really nice, and sometimes they're just kind of like, okay, it's a piece of wood.
Yeah.
We try to fancy it up a little bit for you.
Yeah.
Now, please, go ahead.
Teresa DePaulo said, and it was for you, but we'll probably have the same answer. At KG John, can you tell me about the Tetrabunus aries? They've been killing my fish. I feed them and still they killing. Why? Oh, and my water is good. You know what? We used to sell those at the fish store, and they're just jerks. And they will tear up plants, too, by the way. So they're not good with plants either. But they were the ones that I wanted to just give away. Nobody wanted to buy them. They really were. They were jerks. So I'm not really sure how to answer that question since
Lisa's not a particular fan of those fish.
I don't like them. I don't know. If I was one of those people that was okay with feeder fish, I would make them one. But no, I really wouldn't do that.
What have you done?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. They're the kind of fish that you might just want to keep alone. If they're killing your fish, if they're killing your fish, you just need to keep them alone.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, they're.
And I didn't mean really make them feeder fish because I'm not for that either. I was trying to be funny.
I do not have an answer that is any better than that. I mean, they can be. Some fish are sometimes they're just jerks.
Put them in with bigger fish. Not that we'll eat them, but with bigger fish so that they will chill. Because they're not good with guppies. They're not good with swordtails. They're not good with angels. They're fin nippers, and they're going to end up fin nipping and eating on anything that has like a flowy tail. So if you have them in, a tank with guppies or any of the ones I just mentioned, then that could be why too. So
would it be a sin to flush them down the toilet? Thank you. Hey. Anyway. Aquatics Idiotics. Hey, John and Lisa, my original YouTube account got hacked and shut down, losing my membership, but I'll become one again. Well, that's cool. Sorry to hear about the hack. Why do people have to suck?
I know.
Not you, Aquatics Idiotics. Why do people have to suck? Why are there so many people out there scamming? It drives me nuts. I wish I could remember the name of the channel. It's like a 3.5 million subscriber channel that the whole premise of his channel is shutting down scammers. I love it. Somebody put in the chat if you know the name of that. That channel is awesome. And I wish there were more people that would do that. I get emails all the time that I look at them and I'm like, I know that's a scam. And it just, it bothers me so much. Crazy Aquarium Guy with the 10 SEK. I still don't think I've established what that is, but thank you so much for that. It's all money. So, it is. Thank you. That might. Thank you. I don't even know how much that is. I don't know what kind of currency it is, but we appreciate it very, very much. Blake Robinson, would you sell any of them baby Corys, Lisa?
Nope.
I could have answered for her, but
they're super special. They're they're from somebody, who trusted me with the eggs. I just think it's so cool. I got eggs and hatched them. I just thought it was the neatest thing. But I do have more. I got like a dozen Corys, and we'll see what happens with those. And if I end up getting babies from them, then maybe I will, because I don't need a bunch of Corys. I'd just probably end up taking them to the club if I got too many. So, but these new babies, no, I'm keeping them because they're special.
Oh boy, here we are. Aquatics Idiotics became a member, so
Nice.
did exactly what was said. Thank you so much for that. Welcome to the team. Just put up a video the other day for members. Finally, Jennifer Anderson, Chicago is too dangerous right now. Come on down south to my neck of the woods, Daytona. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Never been to Daytona. Been to Orlando, been all through the south of Florida, Homestead, the Keys, Miami, but never that part of Florida, Daytona. So, and it's like right at the water. So not that I'm going to go in the water because I don't swim in the ocean. Although I did swim in the ocean when we were in the Keys, and you did too for a second. Thankfully, she's not listening to me.
What?
You went swimming in the Keys too.
Oh, stop. I don't want to talk about that.
She fell off the kayak.
Yeah, and had my tail end up in the...
From Chicago, and still haven't gotten an answer as to the why. Are you able to say? It's just upsetting to us to hear in the hobby. I totally get it. I'm not going to say because, sidetrack, Korean Cardboard. No, not CoffeeZilla, although I love that channel too. That's not the one I'm talking about. There's another one that it's a completely different type of scammer that he gets, but I love CoffeeZilla too. I know why, obviously why there's no Chicago Aquashella. But I'm not going to say. I was told that in confidence, and whether they ever put that out,
I know.
Nobody got hurt. There was no crime or anything like that. It's just something that made it impossible to go back there again. And like I said, if I was to explain it to you, Tom, you would be like, "Oh, well, that makes sense."
Definitely.
But
Yeah.
it's not my place.
Yeah.
I'm friendly with the owners of Aquashella. One of them was just sitting in that chair a couple weeks ago. But I'm not one of the owners of Aquashella or anything. So it's not my place to say what it is. But you would understand if you heard.
I have to answer this. Lady Rorschach asked, Lisa, we are formally adopting our foster dog very soon. And though I already have 8 cats, we have fallen in love with one at the shelter. Dare I go for it? If you have room, then you should go for it.
9 cats?
9 lives. Why not?
Who was that said that?
Lady Rorschach.
Lady Rorschach, if you want to be labeled a crazy cat
Don't
lady.
listen to him.
That's a lot of cats.
That's good.
We have 7. They're all in
7.
different places.
So,
And what?
I mean, you're not counting the other ones I feed.
There's one other one that comes around
Orange
randomly.
kitty, other gray kitty, other fluffy kitty.
Yeah, she's
the
really,
other cat.
She does really good with names.
And then the 5 up the street that are going to end up here because they're just gonna.
Anyway, we have 7, and she's already known around town as a crazy cat lady. But she's not. I'm just joking. But yeah, but I love cats though. So call me a crazy cat guy if you want.
Yeah, you turned into a cat guy.
I'm the only one that loves Carl. I mean,
I love Carl.
People get so mad at Carl. I come in here and I cuddle with Carl every day, even though he's a terrorist.
I have scars all over my legs because Carl is the type of cat that he rubs up. He only does it to me. Well, I think he did it to Sean too, didn't he? Did he bite Sean?
I don't know.
Well, this cat will rub up on my legs and be really affectionate. And then if I'm not moving in the direction of the cat bowl, he bites me. And I've got scars all over my legs from him doing that. So
She does have the scars to show it.
I do.
Ryder R and Raul became members. Looks like Raul re-upped, and Ryder R became one for the first time.
Oh.
It's good to see you again. Or
Nice.
for the first time. What movie is that? Come on, y'all. What movie is that?
Oh, is it like Three Musketeers?
No.
Oh.
It's good to see you again. Or for the first time. Somebody say it in the chat. It's a big, big movie. Very, very,
Oh, is it Princess Bride?
no.
Oh.
Jeff JBF, really enjoying your big python, John. Ha ha ha. Whoa. I don't know who you've been talking to, fella. But yeah, okay. Cool. I'm glad you enjoy it.
Is there something you need to tell me?
I don't know. Is there a camera on? No, anyway. Melvin, again, always happens. You'll get it. Cyborg, Scott Borg. Okay. Well, there you go. That is the perfect way of explaining the last name. You know, my middle name is Skylar. I have it tattooed on my arm because it's spelled very weird. So I've had how often do people refer to you by your middle name? But, you know, I didn't even know how to spell my middle name until I was like 14. So I get it. I understand that. Okay. Audrey Paquette. I just wanted to say thank you.
Audrey.
I finally have my own little beta tank / water garden. Love it being referred to as a water garden.
Me too.
Exactly the way I imagined because you guys encouraged me.
Aw, she's so sweet.
Well, how about that?
She's on Instagram.
I don't think there could be
Chatted with her before.
a better compliment than that.
Yeah, she's a really sweet person.
Then Whips World comes in and does what he does. Late at night, all systems go. You've come to see the show. We do our best. You're the rest. You make it real. You know. Do y'all know? Jake? RB? Gizmo? Nobody knows. That's a lyric. No, I don't know that one. I got 47,000 people watching me live on YouTube. I can't process that right now. I'm very, very sorry. Dayquil, I can't see because the light and my eyesight is so bad. Carasquilo. Maybe I got it right. I hope I did. Welcome to the team. Became a member tonight. Very
nice.
exciting.
Welcome.
Fish Room Fever. This guy is back tonight.
He sounds familiar. Do we know him?
Yeah, we used to know him, and then he disappeared for a while.
Fish Room
Blamed it on
Fever.
Elon Musk like I was doing.
That really does sound familiar. Fish Room Fever.
Big announcement, folks. Fish Room Fever is back tonight. Him and Ed will be up in 15 minutes.
Yes.
And because I'm a nice guy, the way I am, I will be redirecting all of you to there. It's a YouTube feature. If you keep this stream on when we are done, you will automatically go over and hang out with James and Ed, and it'll be fun.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Sticks? Did somebody say that's Sticks? All right.
Oh.
Let me think of Tommy Shaw, because that sounds like a Tommy Shaw lyric. Okay, I can't waste any more time on this, but maybe that is Sticks. I took a shower with Tommy Shaw. You want me to tell me that story again? It's fun to just say that, and then if people don't know the story, they're like, what did he just say? Christopher Hill, I got the CJ Shark Pro 900 and 250 water heater. I'm stoked to get my 55-gallon up and running. You guys rock. You want to hear something funny about the Shark Pro 900? I have one in the 90-gallon over there that I also have the AquaClear or Aqueon Quiet. I don't remember the name of the canister, but I have the big blue canister filter. You know, the one that hadn't been cleaned out in 3 years I just did the video on.
Mm-hmm.
And I just added a Marineland Emperor Pro 450 to that tank.
All about filtration.
Am I one of those people that believes that having a Shark Pro 900 in there with the largest canister filter that Aqueon makes and the largest hang on the back filter that Marineland makes, do I believe that the 8 fish that are in that tank need that much filtration? No.
And next you're going to say, and I water change it every single
day. 50% every day. No, that tank has become the tester tank. When I got the Shark Pro, Jason sent me one of those forever ago. I should say Jay, because if I say Jason, people are going to think I'm talking about Jason Adams. Jay Wilson sent me that as a tester model way before the Shark Pros were even released. I put that on there because it's front and center. It's easy to see. It's a good tank for it. And I just never took it out. So it's still in there. And then we are in the process right now of putting the Marineland Penguin Pros through their
test.
I don't want to say tests, through their paces, all the paces.
Yeah.
We went and you went to PetSmart. You bought,
I look like the crazy person going
she
and
bought
buying
one of every size.
Single one. Oh, and that wasn't it, because then I had to buy a cat tower and cat stuff, and I go up there and they're just looking at me funny. And they were like, "So you like fishing cats?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, we're currently putting the Penguin Pros through their paces to possibly pick them up on the website. It's a filter I've been a fan of for the longest time, but I haven't used all of the sizes. So for whatever reason, the Emperor 450 went on that tank. And the cleanest water in all of North Carolina is in that tank right now. Not a speck of anything floating around in that tank. Really, really big fan of the Penguin Pro, by the way. So if you've been wanting one of those, you might see it in the near future on keepfishkeeping.com. We'll see. Delisa Bradley, hi guys. That's the super chat right there. Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi to you. Thank you so much. And what a cute avatar. It is a flower of some type, but I cannot tell what it is because I'm blind. I'm going to need to get glasses to wear all the time soon. And I just hope. I was watching the other day. Y'all know the singer Hardy. I was watching him. You know, he looks just like Kid Rock. And then I saw a video that was both of them, and they do look very, very similar. If I can look as cool in glasses as either one of those guys do, I'll be okay with it, because they both wear the exact same glasses and they both look really cool wearing them. But I'm not Kid Rock, so I don't know if I could pull that off, but I might have to do it.
Do I have time to do plan of the day?
Yeah, we got 12 minutes, so you go for it.
Okay. I got another order in from Peace, Love, and Happiness Club today. Literally.
Paid full price, just so everybody knows.
Yes, definitely. And I unwrapped them, unboxed them, took them out probably 2 hours ago. It was 6:30, about 3 hours ago. These plants have been in the mail for a couple days and have not even been out of the box but a few hours, and I'm so happy with them. They look amazing, and I'll show you the first one. I'm going to try to pronounce it correctly, but it's a type of monstera. It's a anyway, an Alba variegata. Whatever. Cares? It's a beautiful plant. I absolutely love this. I've been wanting one for a while. The really cool thing is that Peace, Love, and Happiness, they have a lot of plants that are rare and you can't just find anywhere, and their prices are wonderful. Like, they're not trying to rip you off. They're not trying to get what some places want to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for, like have you pay all this money. They're very fair, and their customer service is great. Their shipping, oh my gosh, the way they package these plants is like no other place I've ever got plants from. And I've gotten plants from really good places, and they've done a great job. But seriously, they're doing it right, and I love them. They're awesome. And this one, I sang a song to when I opened it. I even came in and told John. I was like, oh yeah, and I sung it to him, but I'm not going to do that to you
It was
guys.
the Joe Cocker song, wasn't it?
Yeah. You're so beautiful to me. Okay, so this is a Monstera Edenton. It's also variegated. And I don't want to get water everywhere. But look at the leaves. I mean, it's so beautiful. This is going to be my favorite plant. It's already my favorite plant. And it's only been out for a couple hours. I know it's going to look even better in like a couple weeks once I put them in planters, because they're still in like little grow pot things. And I'm really excited because I showed you some of the ones last week that I got. And I'm going to do like an update plant of the day with you guys in maybe a couple months, once some new leaves get to growing and they start growing more, and I have them repotted, and that way you'll see how wonderful they are. And like I said, this is a very affordable online plant place, or you could go there in person. They're based in Seattle, Washington, and I believe it's Seattle, Washington. It's Seattle, Washington. So check them out, and they have a YouTube channel and an Instagram page. So there you go.
Somebody asked, how much maintenance have I done on the saltwater tank? Now listen, I know that tank behind me looks perfect, and it is, but I've done zero maintenance to that tank.
Uh-oh.
Zero. I've topped it off with RO water, and I'm getting a little algae in it now, which is great. That's cool. Just a little bit on the glass. I've been running the lights probably at full strength, probably a little too much, and got a little bit of algae in the glass. Scrape that off with the flipper deal. And in fact, I do that on this Sunday's video. I'm talking to you, and I'm scraping the algae off, and that's it. That's all I've done. I've been checking things almost at an obsessive level, and the levels have been all absolutely perfect. So haven't had to do anything. And Evie actually told me before they left, she said, I don't want you doing anything to that tank for at least a month.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And
I was like, whoa, ooh, I'm not used to that. And I can understand why now. I mean, it just hasn't needed it. So it's been an absolute pleasure. And I really hope it stays that way, because it's been a lot of fun. You can see all these foods I have up here. These are 2 cans of Max Out. I haven't been feeding that to my fish, but one of the things I love about Max Out is it comes in that can, which you can use for other things. I use those cans for thawing out frozen foods. So that's why they're up there. But we got the Seachem Marine Flakes. I got a couple of different Hikari foods up there. Been trying different things and stuff like that. It's been so much fun. I've been enjoying the heck out of it. But we've got 6 minutes left. Let me get through this real quick. Edward Spalding and Diane Werzer either re-upped or became new members.
Nice.
Welcome to the team.
Welcome.
Evan Rifkin, hey guys, my membership paused because my credit card expired. I hate when that happens.
I know, that's happened to me before.
Well, when I set it back up, will it save my history or start over at month 1? I believe it goes right back to where you were,
It
Evan.
should.
One of the ranking members of the KG Tropicals member squad. So
And a new dad
absolutely.
with a cute little baby.
So yeah, I think it does. I'm not 100% certain of that, but I'm pretty sure that when you start up again, it'll give you the badge that you had when your card expired. I've been through that. You start getting all those calls like, hey, your payment didn't go through. And it's like, hate that. Christine, been a while and miss it here. Hope y'all, one day I'll learn to read. Hope you're well. We are very well. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, Christine. Whips World.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen her in a while.
I haven't messed up her last
I
name in a while. Come crawling faster, faster. Obey your... Oh, come on. Don't do that to me. I mean, if you don't think for the first 6 words, know the lyrics to Master of Puppets, see, you're doing me a favor there. It's one of the best metal songs ever made. And thank you for reinserting my confidence that I know a lyric or two. But what's funny about that, Whip, my cat's name is Jasper. And I always, every time I see him every morning, I say, Jasper, Jasper. And it's me singing Master of Puppets. So yeah, I know that song well. One of my favorites. Thank you for throwing me a real softball there. Aquatic Wong with the 2 something. I don't know the currency. I think it's pounds or it doesn't matter. Thank you for that. We appreciate it very much. One Tooth 2 Fish. That is an interesting name. Will you ever do coral or anemone tanks? Thank you. Well, no. But that beautiful woman sitting across the table from me will be. Yes. And I'm not going to tell you I never will. Maybe for me, but for her, it's a definite. Not
as big of a tank as yours, though.
No.
Definitely not that big.
I wish you would. That'd be a lot of fun. And we would just go totally broke. But yeah, she's going to set up a smaller reef, and we're really looking forward to that.
Snails and shrimp.
Within the next month or so, you're going to have a couple of the clowns in there too. Not my clowns, but you're going to get what are they? The black.
I don't know what they're supposed to be called, but I call them panda clowns.
They're black clouds, something like that.
They're black and white, and they look like little panda bears.
Yeah, I love those. So they're my favorite ones. I wanted those, but I wasn't allowed to get them because she's going to get them. And so I got the maroons, which I
think those are perfect in there, though.
The maroons are awesome. I feed Gizmo the burfish by hand not by hand, but with the tweezers, and Penny, which is the Penny of Penny and Wise, snatches them all the time from me. I have to fight her.
It's because she's a big fatty.
Yeah, she is a pig for sure. But it's funny because the two of them, Gizmo, which is the burfish, and which you can see Gizmo right there, going up and down in the back corner like he always does, and then Penny, which is the female clown. They'll steal the food from each other. It'll be in their mouth, and they'll steal it. It's fun to watch. They don't hurt each other, but it's fun to watch. Maybe one day I'll show it on video. But I don't have any plans to put any corals in here, but she will be doing some very, very soon. And we already have a whole plan for it and everything. It's going to be fun. Yeah. Michael Martins, hi. For a nice discus growth, is it better to feed them more than once a day? How many times a week do you give beef heart mix? Well, you got the perfect person to ask that question to.
Well, I don't do the beef heart mix. I do Hans's frozen
beef heart
food.
Mix.
It is a type of beef heart mix, but he'll actually put real steak in there. So, and he does an amazing job with his food, puts a lot of stuff in it. But I do feed twice a day, sometimes 3 times, but it's not, I don't overfeed. I make sure I give them enough that they eat it. It's not falling to the ground and making a mess. But if it does, it's okay because discus, they graze and they'll eat that way too. But you just have to remember, the more you feed, the more you have to water change, especially if you don't have a planted aquarium. So, but twice a day is good. Twice a day is good. And the frozen food, the beef heart mix, if that's what you have, you could do that 3-4 times a week. I mean, it would be fine.
And then a good flake. And
you're
good to go.
A good flake. There's a lot of good krill flakes out there. Extreme krill is good. Northfin krill is good. I even feed them a couple times a week the community crave, because there's nothing wrong with a varied diet. Having a little spirulina in there doesn't hurt anybody. So
you've been giving them the Seachem flakes too.
Oh, the discus Seachem flakes, and it smells so good. It smells like garlic. It has all kinds of good stuff in it too. So, and
it's not made from discus like the shrimp flakes are.
No, but it smells good. I've tasted it too, which is a little weird, I know, but it's good.
All right, let me see if we have any here. We do not.
Oh, yeah.
or my phone is not.
You got to send everybody to Fish Room Fever.
But yeah, it is 9:30, and Manny, I see you. I got your text.
Manny.
Manny just texted me, said he's watching the live stream.
Oh, really?
But we have to sign off because it is 9:30, and I promised James on his night that he comes back, we will not be overstepping on him. So we're going to have to cut it off. Last week I went till 10 o'clock, and that was just rude. So got to do what I always do, which is give it to you because I don't know how to say goodbye, so I let her do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. And it was a lot of fun. Thank you, mods. You guys are all wonderful. Even you, Whips World, because you're a mod now, too. But Zen and Melissa, all of you guys are wonderful. Thank you for being here. And thank you for everybody that's super chatted and became members and lurked. And everybody on replay. Thank you. And I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. And we'll John saying he missed a super chat.
He's saying, did I thank Mr. Wong? I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't think we missed any. So.
If we miss somebody, we will definitely shout you out next week, though. But John's fault. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next Thursday.